All right, hello everybody. Jesse Macpherson here. If you are watching us on the replay, I want to welcome you. We are doing these trainings every Wednesday at looks like 2 p.m. Melbourne time. I think that's the same time zone as Sydney, and at 1 p.m. on the Gold Coast, and it looks like that is 11 a.m. in Perth. So I'm not sure if we hit all the time zones correctly, but if you don't know, call your support team. Let's make sure we get you in the right time zone. For those of you who haven't met, my name is Jesse. I'm just a part of your support team here from the States. And what we wanted to do was just massively increase the amount of communication to the support structure, as well as make sure you guys are getting connected with all the tools and the resources. For those of you guys that were at the convention, as you know, Melanie Hayden Sparks is amazing. And what she's doing is really bringing together really in systematizing everything between the Americas and Australia, and that is from Canada, US to Mexico to Colombia to Australia, and bringing kind of a more streamlined system together to where it's not like we're all doing something and we don't know what each other's doing. So that way, when promotions, announcements, or things are, we're all, kind of building on the same strategy. So you guys can find it easier to build into the US and Canada. We can find it build a bit easier, build into Australia, and we can really cross-pollinate and really build a global business, because that's really what we should be doing, is not just building in our backyard. Now, we want to be building locally, but we want to be thinking globally. So, because each and every one of you have businesses that you could have in the States that I can be supporting and in Canada, and vice versa. And we want to make sure that you know where those resources are. So this is the very beginning of one of the things I'm very excited about, because it has always been really a dream of mine to be able to build a very international organization. And I love Australia. I love coming to Australia. I love visiting Australia. I love the people of Australia. I love the food. I love the weather. So there's very few things about Australia that I don't enjoy. So, but here's what's going to happen. The larger we can build a team down in Australia, the more I'm going to be able to come to Australia. So as of right now, I'm going where the fires are. And right now we've got big fires happening in Latin America. So I'm going to be spending a lot of time in Latin America, but I want to be spending more time in Australia. But that's going to be based upon you guys and how quickly we can build. So we've got some updates for you guys here today, some technology that I want to make sure you guys are up to speed on and getting the beginning foundations of, and I'll give you some more updates as we go. So week by week, my goal here is to be providing better resources for you to help you build faster, and also to help you build what I would call smoother, meaning the process is just a lot less arduous, a lot less complicated as to what to do or where to focus or what do I need to do in this situation. And so there's less confusion that's happening. Now, this will be an ongoing process. I'm going to be learning from you guys as much as you guys are learning from me in certain ways of how we're going to build, because certain things are going to be a little different, because there's, the US way, there's the Canadian way, and there's going to be the Aussie way. And there will be some similarities, but there will be some differences, just like McDonald's is the same, but in each country, it has usually a little bit different menu to localize the menu, so to speak. Now, we'll get into this. If you have any questions, feel free to interrupt. We're a small enough group right now where we can do that. When we get bigger, then we'll have to probably answer questions after or offline. But this is really kind of the mastermind that I believe that can help put Australia into momentum, especially building in that marketplace. So we have currently the two biggest groups that are building in Australia, as you can see, are in the Vietnamese community and in the Korean community. Those are the two biggest groups that are building in Australia, and they're building fast. I was at an event leaving the Gold Coast on Monday night in Sydney that had 150 Koreans, and they all speak English. I did my presentation in English, and but they speak English and Korean, and they are aggressively building. In fact, the #1 income Jung Hee-ja from Korea was there, and she's dedicated to come out every couple months to build in Australia. But with a large emphasis on the Korean community, because that's her culture, okay? So I'm not asking you to build in the Vietnamese culture. I'm not asking you to build in the Korean culture. I'm asking you to build in the Australia culture, because there's a lot of Aussies in Australia, and no one is going to get them right now. So let's go get them. Now, let's get into a couple things here real quick. I'm going to share my screen and get over to a few things that I believe that will help you and what we're really focused on as a group. Let's see if I can do this correctly, which I think I can. So desktop, ta-da, All right. Can you guys see this website? Give me a thumbs up. Yes? Okay. So
No, I can.
couple different things here. So you guys right here we are all a part of an organization that I've created called Team Elite. Okay, Team Elite is my organization, and there's a lot of other different groups that plug into it, and there's a lot of amazing resources on here. Now I'm letting you guys know right now that this website is obviously put together for the U.S. and Canadian market. But what I'm going to be doing is for the future, I'm not going to make any resources that are specific to one country. I'm going to make congruent for all the countries that we're building in, number one. And number two, I'm actually going to make a separate website coming soon, which is going to be teamelite.com.au. So that way you'll have a website that's specific, that all the resources for are connected to what's happening in Australia. Because if it's a different promotion, because you guys have different trips and things like that. But for right now, I do want you to get connected to as much of this information as possible, because almost 90% of the resources on here or the training is applicable to you and is applicable to your business. Okay. So the other thing is, if it's not there yet, it's coming soon. And so I want you to get familiar with it, but I also want you to plug in with the larger umbrella, because sometimes when you're in the marketplace, somebody's got some background noise. I'm going to mute you out here for a quick second. So if you're shuffling things around, I want you guys, because I know right now, maybe you're like, man, it's just a few of us here in the Gold Coast, or it's a couple of us here in Melbourne, or it's a couple of us here in Perth, or whatever it is. I know sometimes it's easy to think that I'm kind of on my own, or I'm by myself over here, and whether it's in your city or even in your country. And that's just not true. We have a global community of agents that you want to connect and plug in with. And what's great about these groups I'm going to show you is that they aren't predicated by geography or time zones or any of that kind of stuff. There are agents that are here to help support you in building your business, okay? So when you introduce a new person into Secret, remember, they're not just joining you, they're joining a community. And you want to introduce them to that community so they can see the support and the love that's happening. Now, if somebody's saying, well, there's not as much going on in Australia, for me, I want you to think about that as the entrepreneur of thinking, exactly, that's what's so exciting. Look what's already happened all over the world with this team, and we get to be first to bring it to Australia. So remember, what's wrong is always available. So is what's right. As long as you're looking at whatever you're looking at, half empty, half full type of thing, right? So what I'd be talking to people about is getting them into these groups and these communities, because I want them to see the promotions. I want them to see the success. I want them to see the rank advancements. Because if there aren't a lot in Australia yet, I know we're going to be producing them. Doesn't mean that they can't be happening. It means that we need to do those activities that they're doing. So anyway, on the website, it's got some great things. The main things that I would suggest is to make sure that you join our Facebook group, okay? And you get onto our Instagram. Now, I'll make sure that we get everything up to speed. Some of the stuff is obviously going to be for the US, but on Facebook, we've got our Facebook group, which is our Team Elite Agents, okay? So on Team Elite Agents, you want to make sure that you're in this group, okay? Oh, no, that's the page. I want to go to the group. So Team Elite Agents group. So inside of this group, you've got thousands of agents from really all over the world, and it's got incredible training, conversations, and all this other stuff that's happening in here. We do live weekly trainings in here. So on the new influencer program, Tracy Donald, who's the one who brought Melanie Hayden Sparks to Secret, did a training tonight on the influencer program that you guys are just launching out there in Australia. So say how everything is going to be congruent now between us, which is fantastic. On top of that, we did a training last week on the product trainings. We did, new presentations. We are recognizing the people for what they're doing. Anytime you have a new agent that comes into the business, we obviously want to welcome them, new promotions. So these are places where you can like and congratulate and introduce them to the community of Secret. So don't just get into the group, participate in the group. Be a part of the group, like, tag, share. So that way we know, because for me, if I see you liking, I see you commenting, I see you posting, then what happens is you get into the top of my mind. So out of sight, out of mind. This is a great way because this is my group that I monitor it very closely, and I'm in it every single day. So please make sure you get connected with this group. Also, if you haven't done so already, like our Instagram page, which is Team Elite Agents, okay? Team Elite Agents, if you're on Instagram, because that way, while you're scrolling through, you know, the endless scroll of stupidity, which we all do at times, right? That way you're at least getting promotions about stuff that's going on. So whether it's live trainings or information, or there you guys are, there's the Australian convention you can see. So, you know, stay connected. This is the place that you get direct connection to me and things that are going on inside of the business. Now, I know some of them won't pertain to Australia, but that's okay. I want you to know about what's going on, because even if it doesn't, it should be something that make you go, I'm excited to build that to make sure that it's here in Australia. All right. So get connected on the team website. There's also other things on here from training. And underneath here, there's also something under Rapid Funnel. Under Rapid Funnel, which is something I'm going to go over with you guys here today, which we're just launching for the Australia market, is there's tutorial videos here on how to download, sign up for the app, how to enter contacts, group codes, which there's going to be an update, secret group code, elite group code, how to send resources, and many more things. So when you click on them, there's just it's a simple video, right? And you can watch these from your phone, and they go through basically exactly through the app and how to utilize it. I'm gonna be going over this technology with you guys today for you guys specifically, because you guys have a different group code that I just set up and created, and I'm filling it with resources as we speak. The group code for you guys on this one is Australia. Pretty simple, all right? So I'm gonna show you a little bit on how that works in a minute. However, team website, check. Facebook group, check. Instagram, check. Get in on these things, all right? Now, very likely, as of right now, we're going to set up another group on Facebook. But for now, what we're going to do, since we're small, what we're going to do is we're going to use this WhatsApp group. So I'm hoping you guys have WhatsApp. If you don't, I would recommend downloading it. Now, in WhatsApp, okay, we have a group in here called Mission Vietnam, which is the purpose of the group is to help more people in this team qualify for Vietnam. So I have a selfish goal, which is not normally like me, but I've never been to Vietnam, and I'm a travel freak, and I'm on 37 countries, and I've always tried to stay ahead of my age in countries, and I'm 36 right now, turning 37 this year. So you have to help me get to Vietnam. And I talked to Gal, and Gal said if I help at least 3 people from my team qualify for Vietnam, he'll let me come. So I need your help. So we need to make sure at least a couple people qualify for Vietnam selfishly so I can go with you guys. All right? Now, in this, we'll talk a little bit about it, but inside the group. Now, I just want to give you a couple rules here for WhatsApp groups. This is not a chat group. This is not a having a great day group. The purpose of this group is that everything that's posted in the group should be adding value. So if it doesn't add value, you don't need to post it. All right. So if we send a link in there, you don't need to put a thumbs up. You don't need to put an okay, because it's just more notifications that everyone in the group gets. And we don't need that. All right. So think about it as, does what I'm going to say or add value to the group? And if the answer is no, don't do it. Now, if I post in there and you want to let me know that you saw it, you can send me a personal message and saying, got it. Because you can click on it. You can click on a message and say reply personally or reply directly and do a direct message. What you don't want to do is just post in the group, because what happens is the good content gets buried with a bunch of stuff, and then people stop paying attention. Been through this before, okay? So what we want to do is make sure that the group is there to add value, for us to add communication and add all of those things, all right? If we see you doing it too much, I will send you a personal message and saying, hey, not so much, okay? Right now we've got our WhatsApp group. We've got the main big group, okay? And we're going to start doing some other things, and then we're going to be doing these trainings on a weekly basis for you guys, so that way I can get you guys more information and just more communication, all right? So there's that. Now, the primary focus of this group right now, okay, when you log into your back office, as you guys can see here, you've got the new products that are available. So if you haven't ordered your new products, get those new products stat, okay? So they are amazing. The Rewater has been a huge hit out here in the States. They got it about a month ago. The Men's Power Boost, the eye gel is been a big hit. So all the products have been fantastic. But the main thing we want to focus on right now is qualifying you guys here for Vietnam. So you need to get 150 points to receive your land package for 1, 200 points for land package and flight, and 300 for land and flights for 2. Okay? So right now, the goal is to figure out, how do I start accumulating points, which is based on what? Signing up customers, selling product, signing up agents, and helping them in their first 30 days go out there and get, actually, I think it's 8 weeks. They give them 8 weeks or something crazy, I think now. So there's lots of different ways to earn points. I'm not going to go through that with you guys on this call. Next week, we'll get a little bit more specific on it because I got too much to cover today. So, but you should know exactly how to get points and be looking at how can I start accumulating more points into my business. So Vietnam, Vietnam, Vietnam. I don't care if you don't like Vietnam. You should qualify for Vietnam because your business should be growing enough for you to get there, number one. Number two is this. It's not about the location. It's about the associations. You get to be with all the top producers inside the company and pick their brains. The best tips and tricks I ever learned on how to grow my business, I usually got on some incentive trip, and it was hanging out at the bar after 3 drinks deep. I don't know how that happens, but somehow the goods slip out at the after party. I'm just saying. So don't miss the after parties. And so this is where in the back office, new products, Vietnam, very important. We're going to focus heavily on that for selfish reasons. And of course, because I want you to go as well. Now, if you're getting 150, 200, or 300 points, your business is probably in good shape, which is what we want to be focused on anyway. Now, last on this, I think we talked about that. We talked about that. We talked about that. Okay, good. We're moving quick here. So I'm going to unshare real quick because we don't need this open anymore. I don't believe. So what am I doing? Yeah, go away. Stop sharing. Okay, back to screen. So we figured out something here real quick. I know that in Australia, before I go into the app and the technology real quick. So in Australia, we launched the 7.2 products, and that is being moved over into the brand Life by Secret. And you're going to start seeing that in the new stuff that's coming out. Same product, just new packaging, because we're not trying to promote 2 different brands underneath one umbrella. So to give you the idea is everything is going to be transforming into Life by Secret. So Secret is bringing you products for your life. And we're bringing you the wonders of the world. So now what are the wonders of the world? The Dead Sea is a wonder of the world, right? So, but we don't want to be just a Dead Sea company. You know, Secret is going to be offering lots of different products and lots of different categories because, again, our goal was not to transform the world with the Dead Sea. Our mission is to create a wealthy global community that serves the world through innovative products, opportunity, and inspiration. How do I know that? Because that's our mission statement. All right, that's what we live by. It's what I live by, and you should know it, right? So it's what we stand for. So if we're building a wealthy global community that serves the world through innovative products, it's not going to be just this. It's going to expand. And the difference is thinking about that going from being Barnes & Noble to being Amazon. Okay, and I don't mean in the category of like being online. I do mean, though, is Barnes & Noble was a bookstore, remained a bookstore. Amazon was also a bookstore, but now sells whatever they want. Now, I'm not saying we're going to sell everything under the planet. The idea, though, is that we're not going to remain underneath one umbrella because Secret is going to find more cool products. It's going to find more new inventions. It's going to find more new technology. And Isaac's vision is that we all consume products. We all consume services. And so what happens is if we can find a way to find the best in the world and bring it into our community, that way the money stays inside the community. It doesn't where you make money and it leaves the community because we spend money that ends up going outside of the community. That's how you create a wealthy community is it stays inside. And so one of those products and product lines that we brought in, 7.2. So the idea is Life by Secret, products for your life. We're a lifestyle brand. We're a lifestyle. We have the secret to health. We have the secret to good skin. We have the secret to wealth. We have the secret to, this is the feel that you're going to start seeing from us as this starts to grow, okay? Number one. And we're going to find a lot of stuff. One of the things that we found, which is an unbelievable product, as you guys know, is this hydrogen and recovery. Now, we launched it, and of course, we had some challenges with getting in with your FDA. I don't know what they're called, FBI, CGIA. I don't know what they called in Australia, but now they're working aggressively on getting this figured out, and we also have some other opportunities for us to make that work. Part of it is just having it manufactured in Australia. They're very strict about some of these things. We're getting that figured out, but we have a solution in the meantime. And what's super exciting is that the points can even go through your business to help you qualify for Vietnam. Yay. All right. So this can happen as of currently right now. You can get this done immediately. Okay. So here's how this works. Okay. Minimum quantities, if you're going to do it on your account, is going to be 20 bottles of recovery. okay? So 20 bottles of recovery. I have a little bit of the math sorted out. We'll get a little bit more as we go, and here's how it's going to work, okay? So Lisa and I just tested this, so it works fine. When you log into your back office and you go to shop, okay, what you're gonna do is this, is you're gonna change the country, okay, up top, and you're gonna change it to US, all right? When you change the country to US, what it's gonna allow you to do is gonna open up the US products. Now, what I recommend that you do, the best thing to do is to order as a VIP customer. Now, if you already have a VIP customer, your spouse, your sister, you know, your friend that you're ordering underneath, you can do it that way, okay? The reason why is because you get more points and you're gonna get the 20% back in income immediately from it, right? On your account. So it literally makes a lot more sense, especially for Vietnam, okay? So what happens is we have a deal where you buy 3, you get 1 free in the US market for recovery. Buy 3, get 1 free. So if you do that, that would be 4 bottles you're buying. Now you need to make a minimum of 5 of those purchases in order for this to really work, okay? So what happens is you're basically buying 5 sets of the 3 + 1, all right? Now when you do that, what's gonna happen is buy as a customer, you just change at the top, you change the US, and then what you're going to do is you're going to ship it. For now, what we're gonna do is you're gonna ship it to my address. What we're probably gonna end up figuring out is you're probably gonna ship it to my assistant's address, so that way we can make sure this happens faster, okay? But for now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put into the chat box, if you're gonna do this within the next week, okay, then you're gonna ship to my address. If you're gonna do it after that, then you're gonna ship to a different address. But I'm gonna put in the chat box down here, 7938, so just be in contact with me. And you can be in contact with me through WhatsApp. Scottsdale, Arizona, 8585250. Okay. So you're gonna ship it, see Solano, you're gonna ship to my address. Now what's gonna happen is this, I'm gonna take that box of 20 recoveries, okay? And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take it to my post, relabel it, and I'm gonna ship it directly to you. Now, if you're not in a position to get 20 bottles, meaning between you, your customers, and your team to come to yourself personally, then consult with your upline, okay? So, and find out if you can get on their order so you can add to their order for their 20 and say, hey, listen, I've got, 5 people want to buy or 6 or 7. Now, you can collect the money up front from your customers, or, okay, if you're ready to get it and you want to buy it, you can buy 20 and then sell them as soon as they get there. Because recovery is one of those products that if you sample it, people will give you $50, $60 on the spot for it. Now, here's what's the most exciting part, and is based on the numbers and the calculation we have, and these are rough calculations, okay? It's $740.13 to buy 20 in US dollars, plus with tax and shipping to my place. Now, we've added $120 to ship it to you directly, okay, which ends up being $860. When you divide that by 20, okay, you're going to end up being roughly about $43-ish in American per bottle, which ends up being $60 per bottle in Australia, which is basically the same price they were already spending, which is incredible. So that's as a VIP customer. Now remember, that's $60 at VIP pricing. But if you buy 20 bottles on your account, you're paying $60 each. You're also going to get your commission right back for it, which means as an agent, you're actually spending about $50 a bottle, okay? So, but I recommend don't sell it at the agent price. Sell it at the VIP price because you should be making money, all right? So don't work for free, all right? Now, obviously for yourself, if you buy 20 bottles and you're using them for yourself, you're not going to charge yourself $60 because you already got the money back. But, so using this to build your business with. So roughly to get 20 bottles, it ends up being about 860 American, okay? Just to give you a heads up. So when you place your order, the only thing extra you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to send me an additional payment for me to be able to send that post to you directly. Now, we have found that we can send 20 bottles at a time without having any issues. We'll adjust that as we go, or we'll figure it out, okay? So we can send 20 bottles at a time. We just repackage it and send it out, because to spend 3 bottles versus 30 bottles or 20 bottles is the same price. Okay, so it's the cheapest way for us to be able to get you recovery into your customers' hands, into your products. So you can collect $60 from them, and then place an order. If you can buy 20 at a time, buy 20 at a time, or consult with your upline and see if you can gather together to create a 20-person order, okay? And then we're gonna have to ship to one location. So either we'll ship to the Gold Coast, we'll ship to Melbourne, or whatever that is. Does anybody have any questions about that? Pretty straightforward.
Only about getting the money to you.
Say that again.
Only about how do I pay you the 120?
So all you have to do is pay me the 120. I think the fastest and easiest way is going to be PayPal. So I'm pretty sure. In the US, we have different apps, but I don't know that they go cross. I think the easiest and fastest and cleanest way is going to be PayPal. So if you don't have a PayPal, it's really easy to set one up. If for some reason why PayPal doesn't work for you, just let me know and we'll figure something else out. But PayPal is usually going to be the easiest. And I have a business, you know, and you just, my phone number, you can pull me up, or my email and send it over to me. Now, when I do the first postage, if it's less, I'll let you guys know. If we'll be able to shave a few dollars off to get it to you guys. Okay. Now, what's great about this is, again, you're placing the order as a customer through your account, which means it's a VIP for you, product credit, all that other stuff that you guys are going to be getting on placing these orders. So think about this. If you're placing a $720 US order, which is going to be, you know, whatever that is, that's 720 points to help you qualify for bronze. Because that's, you know, all of these things that are going to, you know, come through this. So who do you know that needs to get their bottles of recovery? Hit them up and say, good news. Okay. There's a way that I can get it to you through the States. I just need to do it in a bulk order. And so, and pick it up and grab it. Good.
Yep.
Sweet. Okay. Moving on. So that's good news number one. Good news number two is we have got I've got the beginning stages of your rapid funnel for Australia set up. And by next week, I'm going to have some unbelievable things for you. So I'm going to show you what we have, and I'll show you what's coming. So let me pull this up. I'm going to close this out because we don't need it. Boom, ba boom. And 7160, boom. Ta-da. Oh my gosh, I love this app. So cool. So let's see. Share. And we're going to share the screen, Okay. Can you see my screen? Yes? Okay. So Rapid Funnel, okay? If you don't know how to download Rapid Funnel, haven't figured it out yet, so you can always go to our team website, and on team website, under Rapid Funnel, the first is the tutorial on how to download it and how to access it. The only thing that's different on there is going to be your group code, okay? I want to show you right now what I'm setting up. Now, again, this is a work in progress. It's not all working properly. Remember, I just landed yesterday from Australia, so I don't even know what time I'm in right now. But I've been working hard on this over the last day, and also we're going to have a lot more coming to you guys. So if you click down here on the bottom right hand where it says More, okay, what you want to do is you want to click on Settings, okay? Now, under Settings, if you scroll down to the bottom, there are what we call group codes, and there are different group codes. So what I have set up for you guys under Australia is the group code Australia. So shouldn't be that difficult, okay? So when somebody's joining and they're downloading Rapid Funnel for the first time, it asks for a group code when they download the app. When they download the app, just have them put in the group code Australia. All the resources that are going to be in here are obviously should all work for Australia, okay? Now, there are other ones and there are other group codes, okay? As of right now, I wouldn't add the other group codes, except for those of you that are more advanced, you've been using this, go ahead, because you already kind of understand it and you know it. But for the new person, I would just start them here. And then what we're going to be doing is adding resources that are applicable, because I don't want a new person going, does this apply to me? Does this not apply to me? You know, I don't want them going down that road right now. All right. So once you add the group code Australia, if you have other group codes, you can delete them. You can just hit delete and you can add them back in at any time. So you can add group codes, change group codes, and it'll repopulate all the resources based on whatever code. So right now, this is what's in the Australia group code, okay? So I want you guys to take a look here. When you go to resources, this is what's in here right now, and I'm gonna show you what's coming, okay? So currently right now, if you go to exposure videos, okay, you have first exposures. Now, what are these geared for? These are great first exposures for people. Go figure. All right, so we have the founder's story. We have the experience the difference. This is a 7.2 video that's fantastic. It's about 2 minutes. That's kind of high energy, It's like a good commercial for 7.2. We also have a 1-minute survey, and we have the secret behind secret products. So these are great ways to introduce somebody short to the secret, to the products, to nutrition, to the company, and this 1-minute survey. Let me show you this 1-minute survey because this is new for most of you guys you've never seen before. If you click on the 1-minute survey, when you text it to somebody, it says, hey, can you do me a favor and take over this 1-minute survey? It will help me with my business. So can I ask you a quick favor? Would you be so kind to answer these basic questions below? It says, do you ever look for ways to improve your health? Do you look for natural remedies before turning to a drug or facing with health challenges? And exercise, fitness important to you towards your health goals. Okay? All this other things. And then what happens is they fill out the information, hit submit. When they hit submit, it actually records all of their answers, sends you an email, and it puts it into their contact. So that way, obviously, you get, these are basically what they call leading questions. So that way you can kind of find out what's of interest to somebody. What does somebody care about? This is a great, what I would call a very indirect way for you to start getting and sharing your business with people that you may or may not know well. People you know well, it's easier to say, listen, I found something. Could you do me a favor? Check this out. If you don't know them well, or it's more cold market, for cold, this stuff's great because you can say, hey, listen, do you have 1 minute you could fill out a quick survey that'll help me with my business? Okay, and there may be something great for you. Now, you can always do a prize or giveaway or all kinds of fun stuff, okay? So that's under first exposures, okay? The thing that's not in there right now is a full overview, okay? So what I'm gonna be doing here is I'm gonna be recording a full presentation for you guys that goes from start to finish, A to Z, what secret is, how it works, how to get started, and a direct link to your website. So you're gonna be seeing that here very soon, okay? Underneath products, okay? If you click on products, I do not have the skincare in here yet, and the reason why is because I don't have the direct links for the websites for Australia, but they will be done here by next week, I promise, okay? But I do want to show you the nutrition because I want to show you what it's going to look like. So these are currently in here right now. So under nutrition, you'll look at, there are a bunch of these resources. So a good example of this is like the greens, okay? So now if you click on the greens and you open it up, you'll notice that what it has is it has the video right there where you can play the video by Dr. Cohn about the greens.
Hi, I'm Dr. Howard Cohn, Director of Product.
Underneath that, it has the fact sheet about the greens so someone can see. Underneath that, it has place your order. Now you'll see there that it has the US flag, the Canadian flag, and by next week, what's gonna happen is it's gonna have place your order and it's gonna have the Australian flag, okay? So that way, when they click on that, it goes right into yours. Now, why are we doing it like this? So you can build a global business. So you can send one resource to anybody in any country, and it'll have an opportunity for them to connect through, okay? So inside your Rapid Funnel, you've got your nutrition videos that have the video and the document all put together in a buy now link in one simple resource. So if anybody asks about them, you can send them. The one problem I have right now, which will be fixed, is the shake has the chocolate. I know you guys don't have that, so it'll be switched over to vanilla. So for a week, don't use that one. All right? Or just send it to them and say, hey, we only have vanilla. I don't know. Figure it out. But other than that, we also have commercials in here. In the commercials, these are great commercials on the Dead Sea, the mascara, Power of Hydrogen, the Pure Salt, and you have a commercial on the new Rewater Face Oil. We're going to be adding new resources, okay, to this. So you can send these resources to your customers. You can send these resources being like, hey, we got this new product, check out this video. And you can send them the video of the new products, which are very cool, all right? Now, again, I'm gonna be adding more and more of the resources for Australia for it. And then under success stories, great, because they're not region specific. However, I'm gonna ask for your guys' help in here in a minute, okay? Underneath categories, we've got the founder story again, because it's a great story. We have business success stories, nutrition success stories, and skincare success stories. These are great in categories you can send to somebody and watch them. If you don't know what they are, watch them. Know what resources you have at your fingertips, okay? Think about this as a tool chest. If you're building this house and you have this tool chest, you want to know what tools work for what issue so that way you can basically effectively build, all right? We also have success stories by occupation. Now, by occupation is very cool because when you meet somebody that's a specific occupation, you can send them a story based on what they do. So if you meet someone that's an attorney, you can say, oh my gosh, that's so interesting. One of my business partners is also an attorney. I'd love for you to hear their story. Take a listen. And if you send them the attorney resource, they can get this. Now, guess who this is? Take a look. This is actually an Australian testimonial. So there's from Australia. Now, we don't have enough Australian stories in here. So guess what? We need yours. Okay? So here's what I'm going to do is this, okay? Is if someone has reached the rank of Royale or above, I'm going to start adding their stories in here. So what does that mean? Lisa, I need a testimonial from you. What does that mean? Miriam and Michael, I need a testimonial for you. So I can put it in here. So you guys can start using each other's stories to share with people to help us build the Australian market. So you're not just sending a bunch of American testimonials, Canadian testimonials, okay? So now what is the testimonial? It's just you on your phone. It doesn't need to be fancy. Just sharing your 1 minute, much for sure no longer than 2. And what it is, it's geared more towards a prospect that's thinking about Secret. You know, saying, hey, this is my background. This is why I joined Secret, and here's what it's done for me and why I'm so excited about it. Okay, something that's relatable. All right. Now, we'll talk about those later. However, just know I need that from you guys. Now, underneath the success stories, we also have training. Now, under training, this is the area that needs some improvement because I have to, there are certain things that apply to the US, certain things that apply to Australia. So we're going to be remaking training specifically for you guys. However, there's great product training demo videos that are in here under training that are done from our corporate team over here. And so what I'm going to be doing over this next week is collecting the resources that you guys have specific for Australia and putting them in here for your organization and your team. All right. So pretty much you're going to constantly be seeing new resources being added to these, but they're going to fall under one of these 4 and then eventually 5 categories. The 5th category you guys don't have is documents. So all the resources in your back office I'm downloading and will be in here. So Vietnam, the videos, the company promos, all of that different stuff will be in here like it is for the US. You guys will have that for Australia. So what you want to do is start familiarizing yourself with this. Now, for those of you guys that were in Australia, you got a sneak peek as to the new funnels that I'm building that are targeting moms. The Masters of Multitasking, MOMs, right? And then the Get Your Greens, okay? The Get Your Greens funnel is about a week away from being finished, and the Masters of Multitasking video is fantastic. The only thing is that it leads to a video that's US-based. So what I'm doing is that I'm making a different version that leads to an Australia-based video so that way people don't get confused. Because I don't want you to send that out to everyone because it's so good and then click on to something and then it doesn't apply to them, all right? So give me a week. By next Wednesday, I'm going to have all the resources available for you guys to send and in English, or I'm sorry, in the skincare side. I'm also going to be updating the training videos. I'm going to get you guys the documents that are specific for you guys. But right now, you have plenty to play with in here. So again, the group code Australia is going to bring up these resources. If you want to add the other resources, you can just add the other group codes, okay? Now, just to kind of show you very quickly, you go down here and I add the group code secret, right? Oh, secret. The group code secret. When I add the group code secret and I go back to my resources, you'll see on the top it has 2 new funnels, Opportunity for Moms and Product Get Your Greens. These are being updated right now, so I'd be hesitant to send them to anyone. Unless they're in the US, go for it, all right? So, but this has some great stuff in here. You can start playing around and looking if you want to. Now, I'm going to show you one more group code, okay? So, which is, if you get rid of this and you add the group code ELITE, okay? Boom. ELITE is our team, right? When you add the group code ELITE, okay, you'll notice that it popped up more stuff. So if you go to videos and you go to full overviews, it has the videos that are for the US. If you go to under products, this is what's going to show up for you guys very soon. Instead of it just saying nutrition, you're also going to see skincare fact sheets. It's going to have all of the skincare products. So like, let's say you want to send a product fact sheet to somebody, the Rewater, okay? And you want to send that to somebody. When you open it up, it's going to look like so. Life by Secret. It's going to have a beautiful image of it. And then it's going to have place your order, US, Canada, and Australia. So it'll be very simple. And when they click through, obviously, it goes right to your site right to that product, add to cart, and for them to buy. Smoking fast, okay? The other thing I want you guys to know is this, for the future, these fact sheets are obviously, they're cute, but we know facts tell, stories sell, and facts don't sell. So they're good for the facty person, you know, but really, you know, and they're pretty and they work faster, but what's going to eventually happen is this, just to let you guys know what I'm building. The idea is very simple. The idea is that everything should be like this. So when you send a resource to someone, it'll have the video on top. Like this one is a fantastic video. Have you guys seen the salt and pepper shaker video? I don't know if you've seen this.
No.
Can you hear it? Pretty cool video, right? Short, sweet, fun, cute, to the point, right? Okay. Then what would happen is underneath it, it's going to have not a fact sheet, but a selling sheet, meaning something that actually sells. Here's what it is, and here's what it, and here's why it's so great. And then underneath it, place your order. The other thing that's going to happen next is underneath place your order, it's going to have testimonials from each specific product. Okay. So now, obviously, testimonial on salt, you know, probably not. But you guys get it. So, and then it's going to have right here, got questions, let's talk, call me. So if someone hits call me, it's going to pull up your phone number for them to call you directly. Okay. So all of that stuff is right here, simple inside of here. So you have one place for you to build all of your contacts and all of your resources inside of here. Now, under documents, this is what you guys are going to start to see, which is going to come up for Australia. It's going to have all the company promos. Obviously, I have all the US ones that are in here. Order forms, obviously, you have price guides, all the presentations, PDFs. You can fire off the PDF presentation to someone, comp plan. All the documents that you guys would probably ever want to send to an agent, a customer, or a prospect will all be here inside your funnel for you to track. So remember, Rapid Funnel is not just a great tool for you in terms of prospecting. It's a great tool for you to be able to send to your customers because you know when they open, you know when they click. It's a great tool for your agents is when you're sending them a video to know when they watch. Guys, you have agents in your business. Don't forget, your agents should be your best customers. I mean, remember, some people say, I have these agents that aren't doing anything. No, they're your best customers. Love on them. All right? Just because somebody isn't producing doesn't mean they're not important to your business. The vast majority of my best customers that buy the most, spend the most, they're agents that don't sell. They're just agents that love it so much they join and they keep buying it, right? So don't forget, a lot of your agents, your non-producing agents, they're really just amazing customers, okay? So outside of that, I'm gonna show you one more thing here. Right here on the top, you've got March Madness going on. The contest for March Madness, you can see right here, the top 3 people that have the most engaged contacts are going to get personal mentoring and coaching from me for the month of April. Now, what does that mean? That means that I'm going to be working with you with all your exposed people in the month of March, helping you close and helping you get more effective at your business. The second thing is this. Everybody that does 40 or more engaged contacts for the month of March gets $20 in free product credit. And yes, that counts for you, Australia. All right. So what does that mean? The funnel itself is $17.95 a month. I know that ends up being about $20, $21 for Australia. So how does that work? That means that if you get 40 plus, it's paying for itself. Okay. So in the month of March, what is that? It's just a couple of people a day. Now, most of you, you have customers, you have agents, you have people that you don't have in your funnel. So use this to get them in your funnel and get them to engage in something. What is that? Very simple. Send them a resource, have them click on that resource. That's one, okay? Many of you have 10 customers you could do that with right now by sending them some of this new information. Oh my God, check this out. Take a look at this, all right? Okay, so what you wanna do is this, is every one of you should easily be getting 40 because none of you have entered anybody in here yet, really, Okay. So that should be simple for each of you to do. You could do that in an afternoon, really. But entering 40 contacts, sending them a message and being like, hey, I want you to take a look at this. Or sending them that 1-minute survey. Okay. So start to get to know the resources that are in here. I want to see you guys on the board because it shows me where you guys are in your contacts and who's winning. All right. So, and getting up there and getting your contacts. Now, the goal inside of us should be a minimum of 2 a day. This should be your habit. Every day, 2 a day, 2 a day, 2 a day. They say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Well, 2 exposures a day keeps the bill collectors away. So simple, simple, simple. A couple of exposures a day is very important. You want to just be adding to your funnel, being Johnny Appleseed, planting seeds, planting seeds, planting seeds, planting seeds. So that way you have your big harvest. Okay. So inside of here, again, group code is Australia. Now you can always go back and take away group codes. You can just get rid of them and it'll take those resources out. You can add other group codes, don't worry, but for now, start with Australia. Everything that's in the Australia group code is good. The only thing in here is if you send someone the nutrition stuff, the link for Australia is not there right now. It will be this week. But if they click on it, it's just going to take them to the US. And if they check out, it'll force them to change over to the Australia purchasing anyway. They try to select that country. So I'll make sure by next week we have even more, but just so you know, this is a very good start for us, okay? So Australia group code, rapid funnel you got up. The goal is to get as many people to start looking at information as possible. And these exposures should lead to demonstrations. Exposures should lead to demonstrations. Demonstrations should lead to more exposures because recruiting is not an event, it's a process. So we want to take people through this process of exposures. Now, by next week, again, we'll have a lot more excited for you guys. So just to kind of recap, I know we've been here about 50 minutes. These trainings, my goal is that each Wednesday, these trainings will be 30 minutes. So you can block off 30 minutes. They may go a little bit longer in these first few because I got so much to give you guys. And then what's going to start happening is I'm going to be asking you guys more questions. We're going to be doing a little bit more masterminding and all that stuff. Okay. But for now, so they'll be a little bit longer. I will send you guys the replay of this in the WhatsApp group. If you're not in there, I would definitely get in there. So just kind of recap. Team website, Facebook group, make sure you're in there. Participate. Instagram, like it so you can see what's going on so you're not out of communication, okay? The other thing I want you guys to do is this. Vietnam, make that a focus. Print out this. Put it on your wall. Put it, print out the sheet here. So I've got it right here for Vietnam. So I've got it. I'm going to Vietnam. So listen, if you guys don't qualify, I'm going to find me some other people to help me qualify. All right. So please, let's do this. So get focused on Vietnam and recovery right now. We can do it. So recovery. Who can you call that's super pumped about getting recovery? If you got to team up to get a 20 pack together, do that. If you're ready to do it on your own, you could literally go into the back office right now, place your order for 20 recoveries. It's going to cost roughly about $800, $850. Australian. And then what happens is it'll get to me. As soon as it gets me, I'm going to ship it over. Now what?
About 1,200.
860 US.
Say what?
860 US.
Yeah, that was before the extra. 860 US. So when you order in your back office though, all you have to order is, you don't have to send the 120 US to me then because I don't have the product yet. So, so you could place the order for the recovery, which is 740 US, which as a customer, remember that's ordering as a customer. It's cheaper if you order as an agent, but then you don't get the 20% back. You don't get the extra points. I wouldn't recommend doing it that way. So
it's the same amount of dollars ordering it as an agent versus ordering it as a VIP and getting your cash back, but you get double the points.
You get double the points and you get to use those points because remember, those points are going to fall to help you in your advancement. So many of you could use that to get to bronze and get to Royale faster for you to qualify for all these. And remember, all of that stuff helps you get points here, because there's so many different ways to earn points to get you to Vietnam. So use recovery, use that as a promotion, rapid funnel, start playing with it. And then next week, we'll get you guys some more stuff. If you haven't done so already, the only other thing that I'm going to ask that you guys do, which we talked about, was to set up your first community dinner. And have it be fun, have it be lively. I don't care how you do it. I don't care if you do it in a pub. I don't care if you do it on the beach. I don't care if you do it in your home. I don't care where you do it, but it's just getting people together and sharing with people the spirit of community and the heart of what Secret is about. I'm doing one tomorrow at my home, and I just sent out a text message to everybody I knew in Phoenix while I was in Australia saying, hey, Thursday night, potluck, come over to my place. People are like, what's it all about? It's about food and getting together. Somebody says, is it a business thing? Is it a work thing? I said, no, it's a people thing. So if you're a people, you should come. Bring your kids, hang out. It's not a presentation, it's just getting together. All right. So I'll be sending pictures of it. It should be great. If you haven't scheduled one, let's do one of those and let's get after it. Does anybody have any questions about anything we covered here today? I see some sideways thumbs up from Tracy. We're good to go. Okay. All right. So I know that was a kind of just a total like drinking out of a fire hose. Just giving you a lot. But the thing is this, is I know right now with what's coming, and I know what with Melanie's doing over there from corporate standpoint, the new additions of things that are going to be happening, this synergy that's going to come together now as an organization is that we're going to build some crazy momentum. And so, and I was at Surfers Paradise, so it's known for surfing, obviously. And one of the things I know about surfing is that when the wave is coming, you don't stare at the wave. You know, you turn around, you lie down, and you paddle like crazy. Because if you don't, you could get clobbered. And so I don't want you to get smacked by the wave and go drown underneath this thing. I want you to ride the wave. In order to ride the wave, we can't be looking out at the horizon going like, is it coming? Now, in our business, some of you haven't been around long enough to know if someone's coming because it's not very visual. It's more of a feeling. But for those of you guys that were at the event, I know you kind of go, oh boy, yeah, this thing's coming and it's going to come quick. So if you want to catch this wave of momentum that I know, because there's spurts that will always happen. There'll always be these spurts, and then there'll be winters and, you know, different seasons in business. But this spurt that's about this momentum wave that's going to happen here in Australia, I know is coming, and it's going to come quick. And so I want to make sure you catch this sucker. So it's time to start paddling. And what paddling is, exposure, 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 demonstration, 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 demonstration. The more exposures, the more demonstrations, the more marketing. Not more sales, the more marketing, meaning the more people that are seeing it, the more people that are experiencing it, the more people that are trying it, the more people that are thinking about it, the more people that are tasting it, the more people that are talking about it, good or bad, the more people that are getting in communication and conversation about Secret is what's going to tip the scale here. And so we can't be the 007 secret agent in the closet. It's time to be the all-out agent that's crazy. And so I want you guys to get in trouble. So I know you guys have been operating in this box. It's time to not just get out of the box. It's time to, there is no box. So bottom line is this, is let's get out, do what we're good at, sharing Secret and being of passionate and love and commitment and communication. So WhatsApp group is a great way to message. If you need to message me directly, don't hesitate to reach out. If you're stuck, don't hide out, reach out. We'll be back here next Wednesday for our next training, which I'm super excited about. And I'll be giving you guys a lot more updates for you guys on Rapid Funnel and where things are at. So
Wednesday your time, Thursday our time, guys.
Oh, right. I apologize. Thursday your time. And daylight savings is this weekend. So it may be an hour different. I just don't know yet because we're weird in Phoenix. And so it could be the same time. It could be an hour earlier or later. We don't know. But stay tuned. If not, we'll catch the replay. All right. Good to go? All right. Well, sending you love here from the U.S. So, all right. So I will see you guys soon. Have a blessed Thursday. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank